Us humans are a very intelligent species. Given a habitable planet and a couple thousand years, we can accomplish a whole lot, including the printing press, electricity, and the internet. But even though we're pretty gosh darn smart, we're also incredibly fucking stupid. With each new invention that humanity has brought upon this planet, we've somehow managed to turn it into a weapon used to harm others. For example, the printing press can spread lies and ruin somebody's life. Electricity, fucking weapons of mass destruction. And the internet can be used to bully the Chinese president by comparing him to goddamn Winnie the Pooh. This is why I have come to the conclusion that we're all fucked. Technology is improving at an increasingly rapid pace, so much in fact that in just a mere 50 years, we'll be a quadrillion times more advanced than we are now. In probably just a few years, the world will be so different we can't even imagine what it'll contain. This time is called Year Million, or the Singularity. And what happens if the singularity actually happens, and technology improves so fast that we can't even keep up with it? What technologies might emerge then? Well, I made a nifty little acronym for this occasion. You see, it's supposed to be like raining, but there wasn't another N. Oh, come on, this is the best I could come up with. Give me a break. Look, why didn't you try coming up with an acronym, you filthy little fuck? I'm sorry about that little tantrum there. I just get infuriated when people can't see how fucking brilliant my acronyms are. Okay, so what does this all mean? And how the bloody hell can we all die from this? Well, let's start with the first one, robotics. Don't you think it would be nice to get rid of your pesky back problems, and in the process be able to gain supernatural strength? Well, do I have some good news for you. In robotics, you amputate your body and turn into a robot. Fun. But are you even human then, if you get turned into a robot though? Oh hey there, would you like robotic arms that will let you lift thousands of pounds with ease? What? Yes, I actually would. This is incredible. Oh, wow, this feels even better than I ever imagined. What about your legs? You'll be able to run thousands of miles without getting tired. Oh, yes, definitely, that'd be great. Wow, I never imagined that this would be so cool. This is so mesmerizing. Well, what about that pesky reproductive system you have there? Well, no, I actually like my genitals. Well, too bad. You're getting robo-genitals. Oh no. Well, since we got so far, let's amputate your entire body. No, God, please, anything but that. Beep boop. Beep beep boop. Beep boop. Then, of course, there's AI, and I think we all know how that might turn out. Or if that doesn't happen, then maybe nanotechnology will take off. Now, these little bots are quite, hold on, smaller, just a little bit smaller. There, just right. Now, as I was saying, these little bots are quite the special ones, as they're microscopic, making it possible for them to enter your bloodstream and fix whatever problems you might be having. And they can also duplicate themselves. With these little nanobots flowing around in your bloodstream, they could potentially heal any diseases and alter your genetics so you can live longer, and do other stuff like that. But because they're so small and anyone can control them, they can be used for many malicious things. These little bots can be used for effortless assassinations, but perhaps more importantly, they can go into your brain and take information, making it essentially the death of privacy. In addition, if one country decides to use it to steal a different country's top secrets, then other countries will ought to join in because they're like, he did it, so I guess I have to do it too. Now, these things can multiply, so let me give you a quick doomsday scenario called Grey Goo. Cool name, right? Well, this scenario couldn't be any more fucking cool. Your cells need to replicate to replace the dying ones, and they get the nutrients needed to do this by proteins and other stuff in your body. They don't want to stop multiplying, and if they somehow start uncontrollably replicating, this would be disastrous as it causes cancer. Now imagine the consequences if nanobots started uncontrollably replicating. So let's suppose you have one nanobot, and it can duplicate once every 1,000 seconds. First, there would be 2. Then those 2 would replicate to 4. Then the 4 to 8. In 10 hours, there are 68 billion. In one day, there's so much that they weigh a ton. In less than 2 days, they'd weigh more than the Earth. In 4 more hours, they weigh more than the Sun and all the planets combined. Now, where do you think that you get the nutrients needed to do this from? Definitely not proteins and stuff like that. They'll get it from literally anything, eating the entire planet, essentially making the Earth into Grey Goo, just like the name says. Ironic, right? Now, I want you to imagine a world without smartphones, iPads, Apple Watches, none of that junk. Sounds terrible, right? Now, imagine if instead, all these things were implanted right into your brain. Great, now you can watch mediocre YouTube videos literally anytime you want. Well, everything would be great if this wasn't in your brain. The invention of this technology would be the end of privacy as we know it. Now Google, Apple, and whatever other companies does this will know literally everything about you. Your questionable search history. Everyone at Google knows and laughs at you for it. Your deepest, darkest secret that nobody knows. Well, now somebody knows, and that person's Steve Jobs. Well, what about that one time you accidentally farted and blamed it on Jeff, and everybody believed you? Well, Google will notice you, because it was their fault. In addition to this, you'll also probably be able to communicate telepathically. If you think about it, it's the next logical step, as actually talking takes way longer than using your brain to talk. Now, this could be either a good thing or a bad thing. On one hand, you'll be able to talk to anyone in the world, no matter what language you speak, and be able to solve real-world issues much faster, or just have a pleasant conversation. But on the other hand, you can talk to anybody in the world, meaning you can talk to some annoying cunt named Jimmy, who's incredibly stupid yet really vain. This could end up like Discord, but somehow much worse, and honestly, who wants that? Don't you wish that there was a way you could get rid of that ugly birthmark on your back, or that mole that's been growing on your nose for the past 10 years, or even the color of your natural hair? Well, have no fear, because genetic modification is here. I mean, you should be fearful, but like happy to get rid of that stuff? Oh, never mind. With genetic modification, you can customize how you look, prevent natural diseases, eradicate mental illnesses, elongate your life, and even alter your physical and mental attributes. Now, if you think this discovery is far-fetched, think again. Scientists have already modified the genes of babies using the CRISPR method, but there's still a lot of potential dangers with this. For starters, the most dangerous thing here is how new this would be. We would not know if there are any potential side effects, and maybe the side effects would only be visible hundreds of years in the future. Also, if you mess up even a single thing during the procedure, well, game over for you. With the ability to alter your appearance and attributes, thousands, if not millions of subraces will take off as a result of this, and not all of them will be built equally. For example, the military can make a big bad boy who is super intelligent and super strong, and use it in an attack, and this could potentially lead to a superhuman war. Also, racism. Even if only one of these things take off, this could mean the end of humanity itself. So, we're basically all fucked. Or are we? Humans have been talking about how we're all gonna die when new technology emerges since the beginning of time. But look at us, we're still alive. If there's one thing we're worse at than not using new technologies as weapons of mass destruction, it's predicting the future. If you were to tell a person from 18th century France that in a few hundred years, we'd be able to access anything we ever wanted to know from the palm of our hands using the internet. Well, for starters, they wouldn't fucking understand you because they don't speak English. But putting the language barrier aside, they'd probably not believe you because it's just too advanced for them to comprehend. So maybe, just maybe, none of these doomsday scenarios will happen and we'll be able to live peacefully. Maybe we'll be able to come together and not fuck up and have the future be the best thing ever. Or, we could just all die. Let me end this video with one last story. In the Bible, it is said that a couple thousand years ago, humans spoke the same language and wanted to find out where God lives. So they cooperatively built a massive tower up into the heavens called the Tower of Babel. But God was not a fan of this because of how far they got up, so he made it that everyone spoke different languages, and knew that construction halted as nobody could understand each other. Now, imagine if we could speak the same language. What things could we possibly come up with? If a couple thousand years ago they managed to build a tower to the heavens, what could our Tower of Babel look like?